So by 2010, I was earning around 500,000 as a face-to-face trainer. I was the highest paid trainer in Australia. I was working out of Bond Street, Fitness First. And I was, I guess the original kind of training all of the fitness models. The Zoe Dailies and all this. And so I would be bringing them into a commercial gym environment. Then all of a sudden other trainers started, I was just getting this influx of trainers saying, hey, how are you getting these results? Can I pick your brain? Can we do a consult, or can you train me? And then I kind of took that into creating, because I knew I wanted to bring that, my leads were increasing. I was having a 1 or 2 or 3 month kind of intake time for new clients. I'm like, I need to build out some sort of system to download all of this knowledge that's in me and build it into a framework for other coaches to work with me. Even if they only get to 75-80% of where I'm at, that's totally cool, because that 75-80% is still fucking better than 95% of the other coaches out there. And so that's when I did my first, I distinctly remember I did my first seminar out of the yoga studio at Fitness First North Sydney in June of 2010. I had 12 trainers from around Sydney pay me $500 each. So I $6,000 for 2 days of teaching. I was like, fuck. I mean, not only is this good money, but it's I don't even feel like I'm working. Because I was just I was passionate about it. And then by the beginning of 2011, I ended up bringing in, and this is one thing actually for anyone that's got a small business, in the service-based industry, especially in fitness, online coaches, gym coaches, or gym owners, a lot of your initial trainers or staff, look at your own client portfolio, because they're the ones, and I know you've done it too, Mark, just with people that you brought on to work in your business, they've come as clients or things like that, because they've got vested interest in you. They already see you as the mentor and they're the mentee. So there's already that kind of respect laid out. They believe in your philosophy, they believe in your system, they believe in the value. So when you bring them on to work with you and partner up and collaborate, they're able to, they embody your brand and your business. And so the initial clean health kind of coaches that came on at that time, they really embodied it. They embodied the brand, they embodied the business. And very rapidly we grew to the point where, by the end of 2011, I had 12, 13 coaches. We were doing about 250 PT sessions a week. We were doing, I was at this point not doing $1 million profit, but doing $700,000-800,000 in profit, 1.5, 1.4 in revenue.
Was this before the CBD?
Yeah.
Gym? Yeah.
Yeah, and so I had 12 trainers working through Anytime Fitness and Fitness First. So it's kind of all of a sudden in 1 year, I'd gone from a process of it was just me to having, a dozen team members, and I didn't know, I knew how to generate revenue, but I didn't know how to, I guess, the business of the revenue. And I think there's that, you would have seen it too. It's there's a lot of people out there right now, doing stuff online, which is great, and building these businesses and generating this revenue. But generating revenue does not make you a business person. Generating revenue just means that people see value in you as a product expert. You're a great marketer and good at sales. And that's what I was initially. I was fucking great at that. But what I quickly learned is that when I brought all this revenue in, I had this team to disperse it to and to service that. I very quickly had to start learning business systems, processes. All of a sudden I'm a leader. I'm a leader and managing a dozen staff, and it was a very steep learning curve. Made a lot of mistakes along the journey, but it kind of led into then saying, well, I've built this brand, I've got this team. And by that time we'd had a website. We've had our initial website since about 2009, which I'll touch base on in terms of organic traffic and SEO and things like that if we get into it today. But I saw early on the importance of having some sort of web presence. And 2012 we opened our first gym, and kind of the business has started to grow and scale from there.